Good morning, beautiful folks. We've got just this lovely, cool, foggy kind of Wednesday today, which I love. I love the sunny days. I love days where there's rain. And I love the days that are a little foggy too. Kind of remind you of Sleepy Hollow when you're driving through. We were talking last night about the flower beds in particular. They're all gonna kind of go up this hill here. So we've spent a lot of time kind of figuring out like how those are gonna look. You know, ideally I was kind of thinking a 4-foot wide bed. So basically you're reaching 2 feet in on, you know, whether you're in the front or the back of it. And I think we kind of figured out that's not really practical because it's going to be on a slope. And that is pretty sloped for most of where it is. So it's really important when you're like starting to kind of formulate an idea to think too about the practical aspects of it. And for us, that means like, how are we building this in? And is that really necessarily, you know, the best way to do that? Sorry, I'm trying to look at our berry bushes here because I haven't in a couple days. Well, maybe actually more like a week. But there's one of our elderberries there. There's the second one there, not doing amazing, but it's okay. We need to come in here and weed whack this whole thing, which we do now have a weed whacker. Blueberry bush there, another one there, and then the raspberries are kind of spread throughout. And the raspberries are not really looking like much right now. I think they went through a lot of transplant shock when we transplanted them over from the spot that they were at before, where they were not getting very much sun, to a spot where now they get a lot of sun in the morning and early afternoon. So, you know, they're just kind of adjusting in, you know, a change of environment. And I'm hoping that they will come back and do fine next year. I know I probably had a couple things to get out of the garden today, but really I wanted to come and just check water levels and also check this guy. We've been keeping an eye on this one for a while, and I think, honestly, that is a squash bug right there, y'all. I hate these dang things so much. They're so destructive. It's all right. I took care of that problem. But y'all, like this honeydew melon, first of all, these seeds came from packets that Bill had for like a really long time. So we didn't think they were going to do anything because when we planted them, the starts were very small and they weren't really taking off. But we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's another one starting there. 6. I thought I saw another one somewhere else. Maybe not. We've got 6. Oh, yep. There's another one over here. 7 melons just on this one plant. I think that is awesome. We could, I think, let that honeydew melon go for a little while, but I think I'm going to go ahead and pick it today, bring it home. Oh, no. My, oh, dang it. My, I probably need to up pot this. my eucalyptus is starting to kind of not do well. So we'll have to do some research and find out what it needs to stop being so brown. But they're almost ready. I'm gonna harvest a little bit of okra today. I've got 3, it looks like, that are ready to go. That one lost a petal, but guys, like the color on that, just so beautiful. We got some tomatoes to grab today. Ooh, look at her, blushing beauty. Hello. Lots of cherry tomatoes to get. Look at those, I love those. Got lots of grass coming up. I wanted to check on all of this. It's concerning me a little bit that we're not seeing a whole lot of germination for any of this stuff here. So I don't know. It's been about a week and a half and I don't see anything coming up. Let's check over here with cabbage. I don't see anything here either. Which I wonder with the hay, it might just take it a bit longer. This is one of the first times I have ever direct seeded fall crops. Mostly just because I've never had an opportunity to be able to do that before. But the good news, our rutabagas here, these are thriving. They're doing very well. And I can see over there the kale is also doing pretty well. So that makes me happy. It's kind of going to be a little bit, I think, of a drizzly day without being super rainy. You know, just kind of where you got that moisture in the air, right? Which, again, not necessarily a bad thing, you know. But our peppers are starting to, that one over there starting to blush a little bit. I had to pull off a Tommy watermelon the other day because it split. And everything I read said that is just due to inconsistent watering. So this one's hanging up. I hope we get a good one out of that. This one, that looks okay, not great. And this one actually is a pretty good size. So we'll let that one go for a bit longer. Yeah, these peppers are, this one's finally starting to turn color, which is great. That one that the one I accidentally plucked off the other day, I ate it and it tasted like a green pepper, like a green bell pepper, but sweeter. So I don't know, that's to me. We got our potatoes here. We're not getting a whole lot more popping up, but there's one right there. So we'll see what this does. I also hear potatoes don't really like having to compete with stuff, and so maybe the grass in this bed is making them unhappy. I don't know. I need to come out here and pull some weeds, which the reason I have not done it is not because I don't want to. I actually very much enjoy pulling weeds. It's like very satisfying to me, but it's just because I haven't had time. And they're amazing. The peas, they're climbing. Ooh, that one looks like she's not doing too great. Which, this is kind of my solution for this, right? I have enough plants But I can go ahead. Let me try to grab one here. You're stuck in there, buddy. Come on. Alright guys, sorry I had to put you down for a second. This pea was not wanting to come up. But I had enough extra plants, I'm just gonna take one, put it right in the place of where that dead one was and train it up. Let it go. I mean, that's always what I say when you're starting seeds and you do probably way more than what you really need. But to me, I always say in my head, I'm like, this is insurance, right? Insurance because, you know, seedlings are gonna die. It happens. They're tender and sensitive, right? And so, like, the more insurance you can provide for your crops, the better, right? So, but I mean, we got red beets, golden beets. That's a red beet where I didn't even plant one. This is a weed. That looks like a buckwheat. Yeah, little mushrooms there. I'm just gonna thin these out. That is buckwheat for sure. Lots of red beets. That almost looks like a carrot to me. I don't know if that's a carrot. But hopefully we start to see some carrots here in the next little while. I'm starting to kind of feel like all the ones that I planted are just not gonna do anything. I don't know if that's a carrot. That might be a weed. I don't know, but I'm gonna let it go because, like I said, I don't really have any other carrots, so we'll see here. I got two big seed okras. I mean, you guys see, compared to my hand, you guys see how huge this thing is? That's massive. We're gonna pick that smaller one there. And then finally, I was waiting for my bean seeds to dry. And I'm afraid that in an effort to let them dry, and they sat here and ended up just getting mold because of the moisture. So I'm actually just gonna pull this guy. And still, let's see, flowers are still doing well. This is a giant Baneri Zinnia. Those are doing fine. A Cosmo. It's my Aster. It's my Bells of Ireland. That's a Snapdragon. We're not seeing germination on that one. I got a single onion. I have reseeded these trays quite a few times, and so might end up having to do it again, which is a little frustrating, but you know what? It is what it is. It's fine. I still haven't asked my mom. I need to ask her about the dark green on the Dusty Miller. We got some more tomatoes ripening over here, Romas. I need like a day, like a weekend day, where I don't have anything going on, which right now with soccer is, oh, those are finally starting to turn color, which is good. I'm seeing a little bit of orange blush on that one, so that's good. With soccer happening, weekend days where we are not just running around a lot are basically non-existent. But I really need a weekend day like that to get some canning done. And I think actually we're going to end up canning out here, just because we have the big stock pot and the propane stove. We can sanitize the jars at home and then bring them out here, the lids and all that. But again, I need like a chunk of time, a really good chunk of time where there's not a lot else going on. So, but nothing super crazy for you guys today. I'm gonna go ahead and pick this melon and the tomatoes, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week.